Hi everybody, it's Barbie from Nellie and Ruth Designs, and today I'm back with a fun little project. I have no idea where this is going to take me, so it's going to be a little adventure. But first I'd like to thank you for joining in. I'd like to thank those who have subscribed and you've returned to my channel. Thank you. And for everyone that hasn't subscribed yet and you have been viewing my videos, a big thank you and a shout out to all of you. So today I had the idea. There is a gal that I know, and I don't personally know her. I know her from Instagram, and she loves aprons. So I wanted to create a couple items and send them to her as Happy Mail. So the first item that I put together for her was very simple. This is a very old um, apron pattern. You can see it's McCall's. And I just had the front cover. I didn't have the rest of the back or whatever. You can see it is old. This is very delicate. It's old. It was dried out. There was a crease along here that I put tape on the back to so it didn't fall apart anymore. There's creases here, there's creases up here, but I wanted to do something with this. So I thought it would be really cute. All I did was on the back, I used my Mod Podge. You can probably see in the light here a little bit of glue, but I glued this down onto some black cardstock, and then I placed that on top of um, um, oh my gosh, I just had a brain fart. A form of chipboard, natural chipboard, and then I framed it again in the black. And then this is a little bit heavier duty chipboard or cardstock, and I just adhered it on with these brads. So I thought this would be really cute. She could set on her shelf in her craft room or wherever she might like to put it. So that's going to be sent to her as a nice little grouping of Happy Mail. Then I had these two images that were left over from a sheet that was sent to me from amyjdelightful.com. And I can put Amy's, I don't know if you can see it here. She has die cuts and a website. I don't know if I think she has an Etsy shop, but it's Amy J. Delightful, and she creates all her own little images that you can download and use in your craft projects. So she was looking for people a couple years ago for these new images, and she wanted people to create a few things with them. And so she chose me to get a free digital sheet, and you were to create something and then let everyone know, that she had new items out there. So this is what I had left over. And I wanted to make, I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut this little part out, this little section right here. Because I want my background paper to show through. So I thought I would make a couple cute little trading cards to send with the image, with the little, I should say, framed sewing pattern. And I think I'll leave the white there. Cut this out just a hair more. And I have a whole large stack of coasters. I probably have 50 of these coasters that I bought to craft with. I was going to make, and I still plan on it, make some little fun little journals, or I thought Bible study, little flip journals would be cute using these. And these are kind of lightweight, but these are just an average bar coaster. So I thought it would be fun to make a couple cards using these. And she's big on birds and flowers, so I thought I would do a background of that. So, and then I wanted to show you how you can finish off your cards with shoe polish to put on as a little protector. So let's get started. I have to grab my ruler here. So these, I like this ruler better. These measure just about 4 by 4. So I may have to go, I'm going to cut my paper 4 by 4, but I don't want an overhang. And I chose the brown because this came from a 6 by 6 paper pack. And I like it because it has a wood grain finish to it. So I thought that would just be fun. So we're going to cut this at 4 by 4. And it's another beautiful day here. Yesterday, my daughter-in-law and I went for a nice hike up in the mountains. And I want to get back out today. And I think Friday, tomorrow it's supposed to be 58 here. So I think maybe either tomorrow or Friday. I have to raise my chair up so I'm up above the table. We're going to take another nice long hike. It'll be a day hike. All right, so I think I'm going to try, because you can see we have a little bit of overhang here. I think I'm going to try my 1/4 inch punch. But I think before I punch these, I'm going to take a scrap and I'm going to punch a 1/4, and I'll line this up. And that should be okay. I think the 1/2 inch, would be too much. See, if I did a 1/2 inch, you would have this right here. So let's go with the 1/4 inch. And it's always a good idea to use a scrap before you use the paper that you've cut and want to use. So let's see how this goes. All right, so this is pretty good. And I can always use my X-Acto knife afterwards to trim the back of this off. So we're going to go with the 1/4 inch punch. All right, and I think what I'll do, I guess we'll adhere these first. And then I will do the trimming. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my tape. I just don't know if I want to use, I guess I'll use glue. I will use my glue. And I'm not going to go right to the edge around the corners because I'll probably be trimming. And then I can come back and glue them a little bit closer to the edge. And so I've been thinking about what I wanted to send and create for her. And like I said, I had these two here hanging around, and I just thought it would be a cute little project to do and a nice little piece of happy mail to get. And I'm not going to cover the back. I don't think that's necessary. And then if she wants to use them as coaster, she can just flip it over. But she also makes beautiful, beautiful collage cards on her Instagram page. And she's a very giving person. She'll make like a postcard style card, and then she will either auction it off or she will sell it and donate the money to different charities. So it's always nice to send someone a little something that does so much for others. There we go. Let's do this one. Oh, here comes UPS. Heaven only knows. There goes my dogs barking like crazy. I'm glad it's warming up here because it was a couple weeks ago UPS came. And of course he arrived after dark and he got stuck in our driveway. They don't have the best tires on those trucks. And we had to call, our good friend has a towing business. So we had to call him, and he had to hook his truck up and tow him out. So that was an expensive package that I received. I'm just doing these off camera, off away from my desk, because like I've explained before, I try to get the most wear out of my pad, and you can see it's old, and I get little flecks of sponge, and then it makes a mess. That's why I have some brown flecks and streaks on my crafting pad here. So, all right, so these are done. And then, you can decide if you want your grain, if you do a wood grain, if you want the grain running this way or that. I'm going to have it running vertical. I'm just going to put the top on my glue. So, these are the two little items, and I think I'm going to use, I thought it might be kind of fun to use these that I have cut, the black and white images, because I really want the aprons to be the focal point, and I do have my birds here, which will bring some color to these. So let's see what we have. These are tall. I need my paddle. Let's see what we've got. These are all tall. I don't want to break any of these down. If I have to, I will, but I'd like to try to save them for my gardening journal. I don't need a tropical. Although this time of year it'd be great with all those spring breakers. They're having a ball down in Florida. Good for them. Oh, let's see here. Those are vegetables. I don't like that. So I may have to cut one of these down. I might be able to use two. I might be able to use one. I could use something like that. I could fussy cut that there. So if I'm going to cut one in half, I should make sure it's leaves, because I don't want to put leaves on one and then the flower over on the other section. That's another one that I could use. All right, so let me look at these here. So I could actually take, I could take this here and come across, and then that could go similar to that. Or this one has, these looks like little flocks. I could use that one. I could cut that there over and incorporate that there with that one. I keep going back to this one though. I just kind of like, I'm not sure if I like the way that curves. Maybe I'll make this one work with the flowers. So I'm going to cut this again. And I think I'm going to cut it right here, right around here. All right, and I think what I will do, I'm going to take some of this white off. These I had just quickly cut out of a book. But I'm going to do a little bit more fine detail. I have all these ideas of things I want to make. I really want to make some more of those. I want to make more tags for my shop. I'd like to get my Etsy shop somewhat stocked up. And then I'd like to do a video, letting everybody know what is now in the shop. So, but there's just not enough time to do everything. So I just have to prioritize it all. I have a big project that I want to start. I need to make a sewing journal for my girlfriend for her birthday. So I really need to start that. And like I said, there's just not enough time. And now that the weather is getting nice, I really like to be outside. So I have to figure it out. I just have to sit down and get things logged in my planner and stick to the plan. All right, I'll just do this. I think this will be good. Just wanted this to have a little bit more detail to it. Just soften that right there. Soften those petals a little bit. Okay. All right. So we have that one. And then we have this one here. And I think I can just go around a little bit quicker with the, there's not much detail here to use the X-Acto knife. Okay. I forgot I have a call into my accountant. So if the phone does ring, I'm just going to have to take a little break because I can't miss his call. Okay, so here we have these on here. And I think I will just do a little edging around these. Not that they need it. All right, and now to decide what I think we will be using this one here so we can cover up that little area there, and then this one I think we'll put up in the we're going to have to put this one up in the corner. You could actually do it like this as well. All right, now let's find, and these I just want to keep fairly simple. I don't know if I want to use small or a larger style. Let's see what I've got here. Or something that is totally cut out. Oh, the troubles that we have. These might be a little bit too big. These might be a little too big. These are all going in my nature journal. I love birds. One year I raised 2 baby robins, and that was an extraordinary experience. Let's see. Yeah, I think these are all a little too big. So let's go back to the smaller groupings. These I like, but I don't think that they would. I don't think they would blend in. Yeah, these are a little too big. I do have smaller birds that I have cut, such as this. So let me go over to my file cabinet, my drawers, and I will see what I have. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I have my smaller birds that I have cut. And I also grabbed a packet of Tim Holtz, his small talk. We'll put a nice little saying on both of these. So let's see what I have here. I have a wide variety. And it's just a matter of finding the right ones. Let's see. That might be a possibility. I could cut that a little bit more. Owls. Like something with a little bit of color in here. I like that, but I don't think that's going to work. Oh, let's see here. That's not going to work. This is where the challenge comes in. It's a pretty little bird. I don't think it's bright enough though. I think we need to have a little more, a little brighter. That may work. I think that might work. We will make that work. I'm just going to set these all over here. I'm going to set them up here, move them out of the way. So let's work with these two here. And again, I'm going to just cut a little bit more around this one here so you can see the flower and the wood grain paper through the stem area here. And you do have to be careful, you know, when you're using your X-Acto knife, make sure, this is very thin paper. This is just from a bird book. A vintage bird book, and the papers can be very fragile. So you just have to make sure you have a good, sharp knife when you're using your X-Acto knife. If it's not sharp, it will just tear the paper. And I just try to keep as many fingers down on it as I can, so it doesn't wrinkle and I don't have a misstep. Okay. I find this type of work also very relaxing. Sometimes I'll just, you know, on a day where I don't really feel like working on a project, but I know I have things to do, fussy cutting to do, I'll just come up to my craft room and maybe turn on Netflix and watch a show and just fussy cut with my X-Acto knife. Okay, so those two are done. So I think we are all set now on building this. All right, so let's work on this one first. And I think we will we'll do something like that. I think that'll be nice. So because I want to place it like this, I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right here, just to kind of hold this little apron here down. That way it won't, I'll know the exact position instead of trying to do one and then putting it down and trying to remember the exact layout. Okay. And remember, we're going vertical with the wood grain. And the little bird, I'm going to put him right at this angle here on this flower, right about there. Just like that. So I think the ski season is over with in our area. I'm very close to Vermont, to Killington and Pico and all of that, Whiteface Mountain, Gore. And we've had some really warm days here. And if you were to do if you're a spring skier, I used to ski a lot. It's like, with these warm days, it's like literally skiing on mashed potatoes. It gets so, and then, it gets so warm and the snow gets very lumpy. Like I said, it's just like mashed potatoes. It's a really good way to blow out your knee. You have to be careful. And then at night, if you go in the morning, then we're still having the cold 30, 20 degree nights. You go in the morning, then it's like skiing on golf balls, because everything crystallizes, and yeah, it's quite interesting. So, but I think ski season for the most part here it's over with. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 58. Let's see. I think we'll come over here to this side. And I think we'll put this little bird right there like that. I think that'll be cute. And again, I'm going to put just a dab of glue underneath here. So I've got the placement. But it's great for hiking. I haven't hiked in a long time. I think I went twice last year, but when COVID hit, I live in an area where everyone comes up from New Jersey, New York. They have summer homes here, and they all migrated. And the hiking trails became overused. And it just wasn't, you just didn't want to be out on them. We went on, when I did hike, I continued to hike on, I need to pull this down a little bit. That's what happens when I chat it up, get a little chatty working. I don't pay attention. I tried to hike on trails that nobody wanted to they want to hike on them, but they would rather do a larger mountain. And that's the other problem. There isn't a lot of good parking. And Lake Placid and Keene is really having a problem now with people parking on the main route. And the main route is very dangerous. And they're limiting now how many people can park on the road. I think if you want to hike in the Adirondacks, you should buy a season's pass, just like you have to for skiing. Because the serious hikers they would buy the pass. There's a lot of people on our trails now that they're hiking. They don't have the proper equipment. They don't carry water with them. They wear sneakers. They get lost. They go off the trails. They're leaving their debris behind. And it's a problem. And they're trying to figure out what to do to stop that. So hopefully the state will come up with something. All right, so these are all set and done. Let's find a nice little saying to put on here. Let's see. I'm going to put throw kindness around like confetti because that's exactly what she does. And I think we will put it, I'm going to put it, do you like how I say we? It's like when I used to work out with a trainer, you'd say, okay, now we're going to do this. I said, we? I said, you mean me? I don't see you doing anything but sitting there. I had a little, I'm going to put down here, use your wings. I just want to make sure that this is, there we go. And then this one here, I didn't plan on putting two, but I think that is nice with a two. This one I'd like to put on here, but let me measure it because, yeah, that'll fit. Extraordinary people can do ordinary people can do extraordinary things. And I think she has. So we are going to, I'm going to put this on the side. I think that would be, quite nice, right on the side there. Whoop. And I'm not going to, I guess I could put a little tiny bit of glue down on this, which I think maybe I will on each, once I get it positioned. I just want to make sure it's, because we will be rubbing the top, remember, with the shoe polish. And I want to make sure these are adhered down properly. Okay. So let's try this again. All right, that's good. There we go. All right. And I think I'll put a little dab just on each side of this one. There. There. They seem to be down pretty good though, this one here, but it doesn't hurt. Better to be safe than sorry. Okay. All right. Now we can take our shoe polish. Yeah, those are cute. And these are both neutral? Let's see here. I thought I had a brown. I think these are, I believe I had a brown one as well. Let me just check really quick in my bin. Yeah, here's my, this is the brown, and I'm going to go over it with brown first. So, and you don't need a lot, you just need a little tiny bit. That's even a little too much. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on, and it's just to, if you want to antique it up a little bit. I don't want to do a lot, so I'm just kind of dabbing this here, and you just can kind of put it wherever you want to put it. And a little bit goes a long way, so you can put it around the edges. This we're just going to dab a little bit around. Just to take some of that brightness away. I'll do the edges again. Okay, and then I'm going to set that aside there. And then we're going to take the neutral and we're just going to put that all over it. And it's just a little protective coat. In the neutral, you can't, you don't see it. But again, like I said, it just protects, it protects the paper. Okay. And it does smell. It smells like I don't know if I grew up in a household where my dad had his black wingtip shoes, and those were his everyday shoes. He didn't wear sneakers till he got older, later in life. And his sneakers, he always called them kicks. I got to go get my kicks on. Or I'd be walking up with a new pair of sneakers. He said, "Hey, those are nice kicks." But I don't know how many days a week my dad would have that shoe polish out, and he would be polishing his shoes. And yeah, this smell brings back a lot of good memories. And my husband still polishes his shoes. He polishes them, and then he's got his brush for them. And there. So that is it. These are like little ATC cards, but they're made out of a coaster. They're sturdy, and she'll be able to, if she wants to just set them on her desk and, keep her glue bottle on one, however she wants to use them. But I think this will be this is a cute little trio of Happy Mail. It's a great little project for you to make. I don't know if you knew about the shoe polish or not, but it's just a fun, and you can keep building up. The layers if you want to. You can let these dry. You can add more, but give it a try. You don't need coasters. You can use heavier coasters if you want to, but you can just make your trading cards out of heavy cardstock. But yeah, it's a fun little project, and I hope I imparted some new little ideas on you today. And I want to thank you for watching. I'm going to head. The sun is shining here. It's going to be another beautiful day, so I think I'm going to walk our hill. And yeah, this afternoon I've got to pay bills, and that's not too much fun. But thanks everybody for watching. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you in my next video. Alrighty, bye-bye.